It's the creepy video that freaked everyone out.
I'm honestly just kind of scared.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the creepiest pieces of security footage that remain unexplained.
Hit that bitch! Hit that! Online.
Number 30, Rebecca Coriam.
To this point, there has been no evidence of foul play. While there was an unverified claim by another crew member that Coriam jumped overboard, her body has never been found. Her father is holding out hope that Rebecca is still alive, but he admits his daughter's disappearance has taken its toll on the Coriam family.
One of the most chilling cruise ship disappearances is that of Rebecca Coriam. Coriam was a crew member on the Disney Wonder, and at around 5:45 a.m. on March 22, 2011, she was captured on camera in a crew area. She can be seen talking on the phone and appears distressed. And at one point, a fellow crew member approaches and asks if everything is okay, to which Coriam replies, "Yeah, fine." She then ends the call and walks from the camera's view while putting her hands in her back pockets. She was never seen again. It's still unclear who exactly Coriam was speaking to, and there have been no answers regarding her whereabouts or fate, with many criticizing the investigation as being woefully inadequate.
Whatever happened to Rebecca on the Disney Wonder remains a mystery. Whether she slipped and fell, jumped, or was pushed into the ocean wasn't properly investigated, and the truth may never be known.
Number 29. Ye Old Man and Scythe Ghost. Found in Bolton, Greater Manchester, is the Ye Old Man and Scythe, a pub that dates back to the mid-13th century.
So tell me more.
What?
Crown and Glory, is it nutty? Is it foamy? Is it hoppy? Does it have a surprisingly fruity note which lingers on the tongue?
It's beer.
We'll have 5 of those, please.
This makes it one of the 10 oldest pubs in all of Britain, and with 800 years of history behind it, there's bound to be a few ghosts. On February 14, 2014, employees arrived at the pub to see that the CCTV had stopped recording at 6:18 that morning. So they checked the footage, discovering a terrifying sight. Lights appear to flicker on and off inside the pub, and at one point, you can see a clear and obvious figure standing in the doorway. Now, we're not saying this is a real ghost, but we're also not saying that, you know?
That was a ghost.
Yeah, okay, listen, I know you need, or you want some sort of rational explanation for what happened here, but there isn't one.
Number 28, the Jameson family.
This area was like right in here is where the truck was found. The nose was nose down, like it was leaving the location.
On October 8, 2009, this CCTV footage was captured on the private security camera of the Jameson family of Oklahoma. The footage shows Bobby and Sherilyn Jameson repeatedly walking between their house and vehicle in a sort of trance-like or robotic state. They never interact or speak to each other, and they can even be seen carrying the same items multiple times. This pickup truck was later found abandoned, complete with their IDs, phones, and over $30,000 in cash. In 2013, the skeletal remains of Bobby, Sherilyn, and their daughter Madison were found about 3 miles from where the truck had been. Despite their remains being found, the circumstances of the Jameson family's deaths are still unknown, and the case remains unsolved.
Starr says everything was normal in the house, but there was evidence the two were searching for religious guidance.
Number 27, parking lot ghost.
Hey, watch out!
In this piece of security footage, a car can be seen driving in a dark parking lot. A shadowy figure then appears in front of the car, forcing the driver to slam on the brakes. This could be chalked up to a camera glitch or something, except for the fact that both occupants get out of the car and look around to see what it was they hit. All they can find is some kind of white object on the ground behind the car. If you go back and watch the footage from the beginning, you can even see this object get dropped just after the shadow is hit. We don't know what kind of trickery this is, but we do not like it.
I didn't see it. It came out of nowhere. Oh my God, we hit a boat! Where's the foot?
Number 26, Brian Shaffer.
New tonight, inside the investigation of a possible break in one of our area's biggest mysteries. What happened to Brian Shaffer?
At 1:55 a.m. on April 1, 2006, medical student Brian Shaffer was captured on camera outside the Ugly Tuna Saloona in Columbus, Ohio. He's seen conversing with 2 women before walking off screen, apparently heading back toward the bar. He was never seen again. What makes this so eerie is that there is no footage of Shaffer exiting the bar. So where did he go? The best guess is that Shaffer left through a service exit, which was located near his last known location, and this exit led to a nearby construction site. It's possible that he met with foul play, had an accident in the construction site, or disappeared to start a new life. Each theory has been explored, but nothing is definitive.
There is still a reward for any information that could help solve this case. You can leave your tip anonymously with Crime Stoppers of Central Ohio, and there's the number, 614-461-TIPS.
Number 25, the Hampton Court Skeletor.
Hampton Court Palace has seen 500 years of dramatic and often violent history. Many have lived and died here. Small wonder then that it is often considered to be one of the most haunted buildings in Britain.
Found in southwest London is the Hampton Court Palace, a royal residence dating back to the 16th century and a personal favorite of Henry VIII. It's now a major tourist attraction and is purportedly haunted by the ghosts of Catherine Howard and Jane Seymour, among others. Others including Skeletor, apparently. The building is currently managed by the charity Historic Royal Palaces, which released this ghastly piece of security footage. It shows what appears to be a Skeletor-like being opening and closing some fire doors near the palace's clock court. One visitor also reported seeing a ghostly figure around the clock court earlier that day. So is this a ghost? Maybe someone wearing a period costume? We just don't know.
As trustworthy as these statements may be, they don't constitute physical evidence. We had nothing that we could study until 2003, when these perfectly solid, rather boring modern fire doors burst open.
Number 24, the White Van.
I built it for the kids in the neighborhood. I thought they could use it as a kind of a clubhouse, or I don't know. You want to be the first one to try it out?
Really?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Go ahead. Be fun.
Manchester woman Rochelle Hay was the victim of what every parent fears. Back in October of 2017, Hay's daughters Sade and Amaya, along with her stepdaughter Roxy, were playing in the front garden. As they're playing, a white van rolls up and stops in front of the girls, and the man begins speaking to them. According to Hay, the man tried luring the girls to his vehicle by asking if they wanted some donuts. Smartly, they ran away, with the eldest child Sade grabbing her younger sister and taking her into the house. When Hay stepped outside to confront the driver, he sped away. Unfortunately, there have been no updates on the case, and the man's identity has never been revealed.
Yes, sir. I am a part-time magician. Would you like to see a magic trick?
Number 23, Trevor Deely.
So I just said to him, look, Trevor, we'll have more time to talk about this at Christmas.
22-year-old Trevor Deely of Dublin left a work Christmas party on December 8, 2000 and stopped by the office to grab an umbrella for the walk home. Around 3:30 that morning, Deely arrived at the office and had a brief conversation with a mysterious man outside the building. According to CCTV, the man had been there for about a half an hour before Deely arrived. Deely then left the office but never returned home. This man remains unidentified, and it's still unclear why he was waiting outside of Deely's office. As for Deely, no one knows what happened to him, but in October 2017, an informant told police that Deely had been murdered by a local criminal. However, this claim has never been verified.
We're particularly appealing to anybody that may have been in the Haddington Road, Wilton Terrace area on the early hours of the morning of December the 8th, 2000. Particularly the unknown male as depicted in the CCTV footage, or anybody who may have...
Number 22. Andrew Gosden.
A face in the crowd at London's King's Cross station. These the last known images of Andrew Gosden on the day he disappeared in 2007.
A 14-year-old boy walks among a giant crowd in London's King's Cross station. No one pays him any mind, but they don't know that he would soon become one of the most notorious missing person cases in modern British history. This boy is Andrew Gosden, who left his home in Doncaster on September 14, 2007 and purchased a one-way ticket to London. In this CCTV footage, Gosden is seen walking through King's Cross and then leaving the station out into the enormous bustling city. When he didn't appear home that night, his family called the police. Unfortunately, investigators have never been able to find Gosden, and the reason for his travel to London remains unknown.
His family will always hold on to hope.
If you give up hoping, it feels like the same as saying, I've just stopped loving you and I don't care anymore.
Number 21. Emma Fillipoff and the Green Shirt Man.
She goes in and out the door 6 times within minutes. Was someone out there?
Canadian woman Emma Fillipoff disappeared in Victoria, British Columbia on November 28, 2012, after several unsettling moments caught on CCTV. On November 23rd, she was seen repeatedly entering and exiting a local YMCA, seemingly avoiding someone outside. A few days later, she was filmed hesitating in the doorway while leaving a 7-Eleven. She was last seen later that night walking barefoot outside the Empress Hotel. 18 months later, a man in a green shirt was caught on CCTV holding a crumpled missing poster of Fillipoff, claiming that she was his girlfriend and that she was not actually missing. He left before police arrived. Despite public appeals and continued investigation, Fillipoff remains missing, and the so-called green shirt man is still wanted for questioning in the case.
Like so many other tips, the man in the green shirt held out only momentary hope, then disappeared. Police are still hoping to find him to ask him more about his story.
Number 20. Fresno Nightcrawlers. In 2007, Fresno homeowner Jose managed to capture footage of what looks like pairs of pants walking on their own.
Now what's this one coming in here?
Oh my God! What's he doing?
Anatomically speaking, I've never seen anything that looks like either of these figures before.
His dogs barked at these puzzling creatures as they passed by his home, but Jose only saw them after reviewing the footage. These beings baffled him as well as the investigators of the sci-fi docuseries Fact or Faked: Paranormal Files, who deemed the suspicious slacks unconfirmable.
You weren't able to prove the video was hoaxed, so I say this is unexplainable. Great job, guys.
While there are doubters who believe it's all a hoax, others think they're of alien origin. There has been speculation online that they're figures from Native American lore, but with little to support it. Number 19. A curious and creepy woman. Wandering aimlessly isn't very scary. Sometimes it helps us pass the time, focus on what's important, or relax. But this might not be one of those times. YouTuber Rainy Skylar found an unusual and uninvited guest on his property who seemed to be pacing around for around 10 minutes. The odd thing is that Skylar's home is in a mountainous region. It's quite far away from any busy roads, and he has no neighbors in his immediate vicinity. So why did this woman end up there? Rainy Skylar has uploaded footage of quite a few wild animals that have visited his property, from bears to mountain lions, but we're sure that this clip stood out from the rest. Number 18. A hotel ghost. Hotels have always been hotspots for supposed supernatural events, and this incident in the Windgate Hotel in Illinois fits the bill. The clip shows purported hotel employee John investigating some odd occurrences in room 209. No one had checked in, yet there were reports of screaming coming from that room. His hotel manager insists on waiting for the police to arrive before checking it out, but John ignores this advice and all the rules of horror films. What he finds is a completely wrecked room with ripped up carpets, a running shower, and upside-down furniture. Eagle-eyed viewers can see a terrifying translucent figure leave the room. Do you think it was a screaming spectral vandal or just a hoax? Number 17. A giggling frenzy. We all love a good laugh, but this video does the opposite of tickling your funny bone. The footage you're watching is from a CCTV camera in an elevator, and it captures the complete meltdown of this unnamed woman. It begins with an innocent giggle that goes under everyone's radar, but when she begins to laugh uncontrollably, you can feel the unease in that cramped elevator. As people shuffle in and out, you can see her visibly trying to contain her laughter to no avail. She starts to get dangerously delirious when she's finally alone, but manages to sort of keep it together in the end. This is a strange video indeed, but we just hope she's all right now. Number 16. Driveway ghost. You know when you see something weird for a moment, but as soon as you look closely, it's gone? Luckily for Mr. Hernandez, his suspicions were confirmed after he took a look at what his home security cameras had caught. He had noticed something odd pass by his home while he and his family were enjoying their dinner.
My husband happened to look over right when I guess the image came up.
Brianna, his wife, didn't see it then, but after reviewing the footage, it sent shivers down her spine. The Hernandez family believes they witnessed a ghost and speculate that it could have been the spirit of someone who had passed away in the area.
It looks like a person in an otherworldly form. Their explanation? It's a ghost.
Critics, on the other hand, claim it was just a camera error or some trick with the lighting. Number 15, Garden City Ghost Car. Your mileage with ghost reports might vary, but how often do you hear about a ghost car? Officer Wayne Daniels from Garden City, Georgia was pursuing a perp who was zigzagging down a lane and managed to zip past him after taking a sharp turn.
Officer turns around, follows.
Now he's on the other side of the fence.
What? Wow.
He tried to follow the suspect's car, but he reached a dead end in the form of an intact chain link fence. The folks at Fact or Faked put this urban myth under the microscope and theorized that the car most probably managed to go under the fence and left it in one piece.
His final turn, he turns left. Fence goes up. Goes down. There's a fence.
Completely intact, not even moving.
Does this theory track with you, or does it need more gas? Number 14, Face in the Night. People who say my door is always open clearly haven't been visited by this individual. A Redditor named Fat and Depressed was in that exact situation after receiving numerous notifications from his smart home app over 3 days. They usually popped up in the middle of the night, and he assumed it was an animal or some prankster. Unfortunately, he was greeted by this ghastly-looking person. Fat and Depressed shared this image to the subreddit r/creepy and was promptly met with naysayers. They questioned its legitimacy, but after he shared screenshots of all the notifications he had received and gave them more information, he was advised to call the authorities. Number 13, Ohio Clown. At the height of 2016's creepy clown craze, a homeowner in Ohio was frightened by the chilling sight of this clown. The video was recorded using a Ring doorbell camera and was posted by them on their Facebook page. Instead of brandishing a balloon animal like the goofy and comical clowns we're used to, this one preferred a machete. Apart from his worrisome weapon of choice, he also decided to take being horrid to another level by wearing a hazmat suit and waving at the homeowner's camera before scurrying away. Number 12, Redbox Fright. This is technically just a still and not a full video, but we're bending over backwards to add this one to our list just because it's so unsettling. Not much is known about this image other than the fact that the contorted customer featured here is somehow facing and not facing a Redbox, which is an automated retail kiosk that lets customers borrow DVDs, Blu-ray discs, video games, etc.
I can rent new movie releases for $1.75 a night and video game rentals for $3 at the kiosk.
We know that much, but we don't know for sure if this is legitimate or just another clever con to rile up the internet. Either way, it does fill us with a sense of dread in the most twisted way possible. Number 11, Chicago Creeper. Have you ever felt like someone was watching you? Jack McKercher and his girlfriend, Jordan Baranskis, didn't, so we're glad their security camera was on. The couple was petrified after going through the footage to settle an argument about a missing purse.
While they were knocked out, this man creeped in.
I like to think that he was watching the TV, not us. That's like slightly more comforting in this sort of disgusting circumstances.
They did find out where Jordan's purse had gone, but they found out something way worse. A man later named the Chicago Creeper or the Bucktown Burglar watched them as they watched some TV and later went to sleep.
The creepiest part about all of this, we didn't see someone breaking the home, taking something and leaving. We saw someone just lurking over us for over 10 minutes while we slept, just watching us sleep.
Then he slowly made his way around the house without waking them up or their dogs, and managed to leave with Jordan's purse in hand. Hold on while we double check if we locked everything. Number 10, Rocking Horse Poltergeist. Antique toys are creepy enough as is, but things get turned up a notch when they start moving by themselves. In 2017, in a store called Barnsley Antique Center, a rocking horse toy from the 1960s was flipped over onto the floor by something the camera couldn't capture. The owner, Daniel Parker, found the toy on the floor in the morning and later reviewed the footage to see how it got there. When things didn't add up, he even tried to recreate the incident by moving the toy in front of the camera, but it just didn't match. The store is a beacon for bizarre events, according to Parker, because before this, a cabinet in the store inexplicably exploded. Number 9. Deer Park CBS Ghost. If you study in Deer Park CBS School in Cork, Ireland, exams might not be the only thing you have to worry about. CCTV camera footage from the school went viral in 2017 after it showed lockers being shaken by no one, sheets of paper flying all over, and a plastic sign on the floor flipping over all by itself. Critics point out that the placement of the security camera, the fact that there are 2 cameras pointed at the same spot, the fact that this was uploaded close to Halloween, and so on, make it seem like one big bluff.
I'm curious why you need 2 cameras to film the same area. Even more curious, why is the other camera several feet higher than the one capturing the ghost?
The school's administration, however, disregards these accusations and has declared themselves one of Ireland's most haunted schools. Number 8. Lars Mittank's disappearance. In 2014, Lars Mittank was waiting at Varna Airport in Bulgaria for his flight home to Germany. Everything seemed fine until Lars stood up and bolted out of the airport, never to be seen again. It was reported that he shouted, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here," as he ran. While on vacation, he was involved in an altercation with some other German tourists in Varna. This left him with a damaged jaw and ruptured eardrum, which prevented him from being able to fly right then. Mittank was prescribed an antibiotic called cefprozil, which experts say could have caused paranoia and hallucinations.
Some people are quick to blame the medicine prescribed to Lars by the physician on July 7th, just after Lars checked out of Hotel Viva with his friends.
Lars's mother still hopes that her son will return to her, and so do we. Number 7. Missy Bevers' murderer. In April 2016, Missy Bevers was killed by an unknown assailant at a dance studio in a church in Midlothian, Texas. Security cameras on the premises show a person wearing what resembles tactical police gear, the authenticity of which is unknown. There was also footage of a car driving slowly in a parking lot of a closed business nearby, which they suspect was the killer's. Even stranger still, the police gear might have been used to lower people's guards since no alarms were rung. Sadly, Missy Bevers' murderer hasn't been identified yet, even after thousands of tips were sent to the police.
Federal, state, and local agencies poured over the tips and evidence, but none of it has panned out.
It is difficult to believe that 5 years later that we haven't made an arrest.
Number 6. Springfield Clowns. Being a clown and doing weird stuff became a terrifying trend in 2016. But this string of encounters in the Springfield neighborhood in Jacksonville, Florida, can be traced all the way back to 2014. These goofy, masked individuals would frequent people's porches and front doors and spook the owners when they reviewed the footage the following morning. Eventually, these clips were shared, and it wasn't long before news stations started broadcasting them.
No one really knows why it's happening. One theory is the remake of It, based on Stephen King's book.
Most people believed these were just pranks, but no one ever confirmed anything. Were they all pranks, or were the clowns out to spread carnival-themed chaos? Number 5. Adam Ellis haunting. Dear David. You might be familiar with Adam Ellis's work as a writer and illustrator. Or you might have been spooked beyond measure by his series of tweets recounting his interactions with the spirit of a boy named Dear David. Ellis apparently sometimes suffers from sleep paralysis, which is where one can't talk or move while waking up or falling asleep. So when he began tweeting about seeing a boy with a misshapen head in his home, many would have thought that it was a hallucination. Except, video captured his cat behaving very oddly, like something invisible is bothering it. What seals the deal is the set of images Ellis took using his phone of Dear David himself. Number 4. Ring hacker. A parent's worst nightmare came to life as a hacker managed to infiltrate a family's Ring security system and interact with their 8-year-old daughter Elisa while she was in her bedroom. This horrific ordeal was caught on camera, but the perpetrator has not been identified. In the video, you can see Elisa approach the camera as she sees the blinking light and gets startled by the stranger's voice. The person greets her and then uses a racial slur before asking her to say it along with him.
This morning, the LeMay family's still on edge after the device that was supposed to make them feel safe did anything but.
He then tells her to smash her TV and that she can trust him. Poor Elisa was left understandably shocked by the incident. Number 3. Mysterious attack. Here's another alleged ghost attack, but unlike our previous entries, this one appears to be far more violent. Although we don't know many details about the video, what we can say is that it is definitely disturbing. The woman in the video is distressed and seems to be running away from someone or something that the security camera seems unable to pick up. All of the furniture in the room gets thrown wildly, which prompts her to make a break for it. But something stops her and causes her to lose consciousness. Since the details are scant, the credibility of the clip is a mystery too. Number 2. The Erickson twins. This upsetting event took place in 2008 and managed to be filmed by CCTV cameras across the busy M6 motorway in the UK and by the film crew of the TV show Motorway Cops. Swedish twins Ursula and Sabina Eriksson were running into traffic to the horror of everyone around them.
You can't believe that two people have just done that in front of you.
Ursula broke both her legs, while Sabina was found unconscious. She woke up while the emergency services were treating both of them and assaulted an officer.
She then started to spit at me, to claw, and literally to try and fight me.
While Ursula was still recovering from her wounds, her sister was released from custody. A short time afterwards, Sabina murdered a man named Glenn Hollinshead and attempted to flee, but she was arrested. Her defense counsel claimed that the twins had suffered from a form of shared psychosis. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Elisa Lam elevator footage. In February 2013, footage of Chinese-Canadian tourist Elisa Lam's last moments went viral. Captured by a surveillance camera in an elevator of the Stay on Main Hotel in Los Angeles, it was released by the LAPD after her body was found in the rooftop cistern.
You can see officials surrounding a water tank. This morning, someone complained about the water pressure at the hotel. When a worker went to investigate, he found the body inside.
It shows Lam apparently hiding in the elevator, pressing all the buttons, and making unusual gestures. There have been contested claims from people online that the footage was edited before release. The coroner concluded that her bipolar disorder was a contributing factor in her death, and there is speculation that she was experiencing a psychotic episode, perhaps related to under-medicating. But we'll never know for sure what was going on in her mind or what precipitated her behavior. Do you think you have the answers? Let us know in the comments below.
I can't think of a case in recent history that has so many potential outcomes.